So, you want to sell multi-million-dollar super yachts? I mean, who wouldn't? It's a world of glamour, high stakes, and yeah, incredible rewards. But here's the thing, it's also one of the most exclusive industries on the planet. So the real question is, how do you actually get in? Well, today we're going to map out the real story. I mean, just look at this. Seriously, the turquoise water, those incredible multi-million-dollar machines gleaming in the sun. For a yacht broker, this isn't some fantasy vacation. This is Tuesday. This is the view from the office, and it's the lifestyle that pulls so many people in. Okay, so it's one thing to dream about that view, right? It's a whole other thing to actually land a job selling these incredible pieces of engineering. This isn't a career you just find on a job board and click apply. So how do you actually peel back the curtain and get inside this exclusive world? Let's build a real, practical roadmap.
All right, let's talk about the yacht broker dream. It feels like this massive, almost impossible journey. But you know what they say? Even the longest journey begins with just one single step.
And this quote, man, it just nails it. That dream of yachts and sunshine, it can feel like it's a million miles away. But the key part, the part you really need to hear, is that it's not impossible. It all comes down to taking that very first step. So, what is that first step ashore? Well, it's all about one thing: putting yourself in a position where you can even begin to sell.
And here it is. Rule number 1, the absolute, non-negotiable first rule of yacht brokerage: you have to live where the yachts are. You can't do this from 1,000 miles away. You have to be there, on the docks, breathing the salt air. Relocation isn't a suggestion. It's mandatory. Okay, so where are we talking about? Where do you actually need to be? We're talking about the global hotspots. Places like Fort Lauderdale in South Florida, Palma in the Balearics, or the south of France. These aren't just pretty places. They're the absolute epicenters of the yachting universe. This is where the deals get done, where the connections are made, and where your journey has to begin.
But let's get real for a second. All of those places, they're crazy expensive. But that shouldn't be a deal breaker. You just have to be smart about it. Look for crew houses where you can save a ton of cash and meet people already in the industry. Forget the fancy social scene for now. You can pop champagne after you close your first deal, buddy up to split the rent, and get on those local online groups. They're a goldmine for tips and support. You gotta be resourceful.
Okay, you've packed your bags, you've made the move, you're there. Now what? Well, this is where the real work starts. This is your apprenticeship. This is where you start building the actual assets that will make a brokerage want to hire you.
Now, before you go firing off resumes to every brokerage in town, you gotta stop and ask yourself a really tough question. Be honest. Looking at yourself right now, what do you bring to the table? Who would actually give you a job in this industry? It's not about getting down on yourself. It's about being strategic. Because this is what they're actually looking for. And spoiler alert, it has almost nothing to do with your college degree. It's about 4 key things. Who do you know? What do you know about yachts? Can you prove you can network? And have you ever sold anything successfully before? Your entire apprenticeship is about building up these 4 pillars. So how in the world do you build up those 4 things? Well, here's the secret nobody likes to hear. You gotta pay your dues. You almost never walk straight into a broker job. You have to take any job that gets you on the docks. Work as crew, be a deckhand, sell fenders, clean yacht carpets, whatever it takes. Get your foot in the door, meet people, and start building your knowledge from the ground up. Okay, now lean in a little closer for this one, because this is a gem, a real insider secret. Everyone and their brother wants to be a broker, but this quote hints at a back door, a way to get inside a top-tier brokerage without a huge sales record. And this is the hack, the listings department. I know, it doesn't sound sexy, right? It's the engine room of the brokerage. It's all data entry, tracking price changes, and managing market information. It's administrative, and that's why nobody asks for it. But the market knowledge you gain in this role is absolutely priceless. It's a proven secret path to becoming a junior broker. All right, let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for, the money, the whole million-dollar paycheck dream. It's what fuels this entire industry. But what's the real story behind those huge commission checks? Let's do a reality check. Just look at that number. Over $1.5 million from one single sale. That's the hook, right? That's the big, flashy number that gets everyone excited. And yes, it is technically possible. But hold on, before you start picking out color swatches for your new Ferrari, you have to know that that number shrinks, and it shrinks fast.
It is absolutely crucial to understand where every single one of those dollars actually goes.
Okay, so here's cut number one. Almost every deal has two brokers, a buyer's broker and a seller's broker. And that commission, it gets split between them. Usually, the buyer's broker gets a bigger piece, maybe 60-40, because they brought the money to the table. So that $1.6 million, it's already down to about $650,000 for your side of the deal. But wait, there's more. Now we've got the second cut. You're a junior broker, right? So that 650 grand doesn't just land in your bank account. The brokerage house takes the lion's share. They have to cover marketing, boat shows, your salary, all the overhead. You can expect to get somewhere between 20 to 30% of what the company made. Now that slice gets bigger as you get more senior, but that's where you start. So after all is said and done, that giant headline-grabbing $1.6 million commission turns into, well, this, about $120,000 to $180,000 in your pocket. Now, don't get me wrong, that is an amazing payday from one deal, but it's a whole lot more realistic than where we started, and knowing this from day one is so important. Okay, let's put it all together. What's the compass for this journey? It really boils down to 5 things. 1. Move. You have to be there. 2. Work. Get any job you can to get in the door. 3. Build. You have to intentionally build your network and your knowledge. 4. Network. Seriously, your income depends on it. And 5. Be realistic. Understand how the money works and the real path to earning.
So there it is. The map is laid out. The path is actually pretty clear. Now, it isn't easy. It's going to take sacrifice, some humility, and a ton of hard work. But unlike a lot of other dream jobs, you know exactly what you need to do. So the only real question left is, are you ready to get started?